hotel quarantine. 2 are still under investigation. She says the state
As Sydney's coronavirus clusters grow, more restaurants shut.
We have seen another 17 cases in New South Wales.
Who sparked this infection is still to be worked out. Whether
It wasn't a lockdown, but massive queues at testing centres. This Premier reiterating her warning. The state is at a critical point.
It's been an experience that I wish we didn't have, but it's been interesting but also very, very stressful.
Any coughs, colds, flu?
Just the cough and the runny nose.
Sydney GP MEREK STEINER runs a testing clinic in his car park. He's noticed a change in attitude since the early days of the pandemic.
Good boy.
Unfortunately, these new outbreaks in the community that are happening right now, people are starting not to treat seriously. So I would say we're in a probably COVID fatigue phase. We are trying to triage patients. Patients are refusing to answer questions. They're refusing to wear masks. They're challenging our procedures.
He's found some patients are wary about revealing their full travel history.
We had a patient who was asked whether she had recently travelled to or from Victoria, and she replied no, and then came in and when filling out our registration form, she put down a Melbourne address. So patients are sort of, I think, fearing that they won't get access to medical care, so they just are trying to bypass our questions.
New South Wales is holding the line, but as I've been saying for a number of weeks, we are at a very critical stage of the pandemic.
Since the beginning of July, New South Wales has notified dozens of Sydney venues that they've had contact with a COVID-confirmed patient. The latest hotspot, the inner-city suburb of Potts Point, where some restaurants and bars have gone into lockdown for a second time. A pop-up clinic has been set up, while people who visited the Cruising Yacht Club, as well as the Thai Rock and Apollo restaurants, are being traced by New South Wales Health.
I was just having a celebratory dinner with some friends at the Apollo.
Contact tracers reached James on Monday night.
We received a notification from the New South Wales Health Department advising that there had been a confirmed case and to self-isolate.
He, in turn, began contacting friends and family.
So my dad was asked to self-isolate within his workplace for 2 weeks, and then my nan as well took a precautionary measure to self-isolate herself.
Despite a negative test result, he must now remain in quarantine for 2 full weeks.
It's fine. It's around, doing your public service and making sure that you're protecting those in the community.
There is no how-to guide on what to do in a situation like this.
Some businesses contacted by New South Wales Health chose to shut down after COVID contacts, despite no government order to do so.
I was a little bit surprised that New South Wales Health, told us that we don't have to close, even if it was for a short period of time just to disinfect.
After closing the doors 2 weeks ago, Milky Lane burger chain founder Pete HASELHURST got cleaners in and told staff to get tested.
We're currently in a second wave, but we will get through this again. And if we follow their advice, we will be back to hopefully normal in a shorter period of time than if we don't.
He has a simple message.
If you do have symptoms, please stay at home. There's nothing more that we can say.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.